Yo, people, welcome to another week of Football Heritage. Me, Josh, Ore, Denzel, Dan, and Sarah. Obviously, this week, actually, before we go on to that, remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow the socials, should be in the description below. The Insta's there. Twitter's coming real soon. Don't worry, we got you sorted. Make sure you're up to date with everything that we're doing. But yeah, man, this week we're gonna do something a little bit different. Obviously, the Prem was about this week. Obviously, we know about what happened to Liverpool and all of that. But this week we want to focus on the Champions League because I mean that's the biggest competition. But you know the ones there. So this week we're gonna go through each of the ties or like all the ties. We're gonna look at who we see as being the favourites and who we see going through and what to expect from the ties overall. But yeah, man, let me just bring it up now. So yeah, man. So the first game we're gonna be looking at is Mönchengladbach versus Man City. Obviously, so did you man hear the news? Marco Reus is going Dortmund, innit? But yeah, man, what's our thoughts for this game?
Yeah.
Obviously, City are favourites, but how we seeing this tie going? Sarah.
I think Gladbach have got a few key players out, and City might have De Bruyne back by then as well, and Aguero's getting a bit more fitter. In terms of form at the moment, I think obviously City are probably in the better form. Gladbach have drawn a couple of games, if I'm not mistaken. I think first leg, I'm expecting goals because Gladbach have been conceding a lot quite recently. So but I'd expect City to comfortably win that leg.
What about you, Dan? What are you saying?
Yeah, I don't think you can look past Man City. I think it should be a pretty routine tie, and I'd expect them to go through.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's obviously most likely going to be City. It just depends on whether Pep is going to play a very strong squad. I'm not too sure about that, but yeah, I guess we have to see. But it's obviously a two-legged tie. So you know, whatever happens in one leg can probably be rectified in another. So yeah, I'd have to go with City.
What about you, Denzel? What are you saying? Man, smiling there.
Easy one for City there. There's not even too much to talk about with this one. We know City is going through. Could see a shock, but I highly doubt it. I think City.
Man, you man are not giving Gladbach any chance. I do hear that.
If they had all their players
Bundesliga tax, man.
Bundesliga City have been great this season.
Hey,
Marcus Thuram's out, Zakari is out.
They ain't done nothing really, to be honest.
Let's just say Bundesliga tag, but like they did very well to get out of that group they were in. They were in a group with.
Wait. Man said Bundesliga tax as if a German team didn't knock you out the Champions League. My friend, can you wash your mouth? Can you wash your mouth?
But Mönchengladbach, that's different.
No.
You
just
that's Bundesliga tax
doing that
because they're only three decent teams in Germany.
No, we're not doing that.
Bayern, Dortmund,
Gladbach and Leverkusen are just as close by.
and Leipzig. I don't give Gladbach no chance. If we had them in our group, we would have gone through, in my opinion. So I feel like there are only three decent teams in Germany. The rest,
Gladbach got out of a group with Madrid and Inter, so I think you have to give them some credit, man.
No respect, man.
But they're not getting past City. Let's not lie. It's just the truth.
If they get past City, you're finished.
Yeah, clip this. If they get past City, clip this.
You're finished.
Man's acting as if Istanbul didn't slap you up. And apparently they're in the relegation zone.
So, yeah, they're in relegation zone.
Where you in the league?
But Istanbul are in relegation zone and they beat you.
Come on, man. Come on.
It's happened. It happened. It was unfortunate, but yeah.
So second time, moving on to another Bundesliga side. I feel like this might be a bit straightforward, but Lazio are a good side, but Lazio versus Bayern, it is inevitable, innit? It's inevitable. So what are we saying for that one, Denzel?
Where we talk Bayern Munich against Lazio.
Yeah.
I I think it'll be tighter than people think. I think Bayern will go through, but it won't be what people were expecting. I
don't think it won't be a whitewash. I don't think. No.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's going to be that, but Bayern will go through. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'd have to say Bayern. But yeah, like Denzel said, I don't think it will be something too straightforward for them. Will probably be something they have to work towards to get. But yeah, I guess we just have to see. Lazio didn't look too good this weekend against Inter, so that could be something that plays in during the week. Bayern could take advantage of their poor, game over the weekend. But yeah, I'm backing Bayern to go through to the next leg.
What about you, Dan? What are you saying about Bayern and Lazio?
I think Bayern obviously are a lot stronger than Lazio, and I think it's pretty much a straightforward tie. And also, I think I told you before, Josh, when it comes to Italian teams in Europe, I'm not entirely convinced. I'm not entirely convinced. They've not been the best in recent years. So I think Bayern will get through quite comfortably in this one.
Sarah, you seem to agree with that. What are your reasons for that?
Yeah, I mean, apart from the Juventus final, we haven't really seen anyone go too deep or a huge cluster of teams. I think Inter Milan is a prime example of that. With regards to Lazio, yeah, they had a poor result against Inter Milan. I expected a bit better from them. And Inzaghi doesn't tend to rotate a lot. So I think, Luis Alberto, Milinkovic, Savic, they'll be looking to those guys to try and get something out of the game. But I'm not expecting them to beat Bayern Munich.
So with the third round, I'm not going to say anything yet. I want to see what the panelists say. Atletico versus Chelsea. What's our general feelings for that one? Yeah, man. Sarah, what are you saying for that?
At this moment in time, I'm back in Atletico Madrid. I still think he's still finding his best team. He's still trying out all the players. I don't think he's going to stick with the three at the back at the moment. And again, Atletico keep winning, even if they concede a goal. You just know like Luis Suarez is in probably he's one of the best players in the league at the moment. I don't think there'll be loads of goals, to be honest. But I think Chelsea are playing tonight, playing later on this week, so we'll see what happens. But I think Atletico will win that round.
Dan? What about you, Dan? What are you saying?
Oh, sorry, my bad. I don't know. I have even though Atletico have been very good this year, I have a sneaky suspicion that Chelsea might do something. I don't know why, but I think it's just a Chelsea thing to do, and especially with how good Atletico has been, and the fact that Frank Lampard's gone. If Frank Lampard was there, they wouldn't have a chance. But the fact that he's gone, they have an opportunity, and I feel like they might just nick it. And I don't know. We never know. That might be beneficial for Atletico in terms of the league because they can focus on bringing that home. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Chelsea.
All right, what's your thoughts? Because I know you're a big fan of Atleti this season, especially Suarez. So, how do you see the tie going?
Yeah, I have to say Atletico. Although this tie is going to be quite interesting because I don't think I've really seen Tuchel's side come up against a team that attacks this season per se. They've played Wolves, Burnley, Spurs, Sheffield. The FA Cup game, Barnsley did attack them. Although they haven't conceded, I think Rudiger own goal is the only goal they've conceded, which is quite impressive to be honest. Right. So, and Atletico is not a team that scores too many goals, so it'll be kind of interesting to see how they go up against Chelsea. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be like a wide result. Yeah, it's probably going to be something tight. I do actually think it's possible for Chelsea to get results because I was saying that if they were going to go through, they would have to get rid of Lampard first because, like, firstly, when a new manager comes in before like a tie or something like that, it usually sometimes swings the way of the new manager because it's just the team always just feel, energized and pumped up to go. So yeah, I do think it's possible for Chelsea to get a result. But with Atletico's form right now, how they're playing, Suarez form as well. Yeah, I just think that Atletico will probably go through.
Yeah, what about you, Denzel? What's your thoughts on the tie?
I'm gonna go for Chelsea. I don't even have a valid reason. I just like Dan said. I'm just feeling Chelsea might pull off a shocker. They could shock Atletico because everyone's writing them off. I feel like, yeah, like Dan said, it's something that Chelsea would do. I just have a feeling that they could get a result out of this. So I'm gonna go Chelsea.
I can't lie. I don't have any expectations going into this game. I feel Atletico are better than us, definitely. But I think the how do you say it, the margin of difference between Atletico and Chelsea isn't vast. Isn't like Bayern Munich versus Chelsea from last season where the difference is enormous. You get what I'm saying? I feel like while Atletico are better than Chelsea, I wouldn't say they're superior to Chelsea, if you get what I'm saying. So there's obviously a chance, but I'll still say if I was to do it based on ratio, I'll say 60-40. So 60 in Atletico's favour, 40 in Chelsea's favour. I think a big thing that's going to hamper Chelsea is if Thiago Silva isn't back and if by the time we're playing them, we don't have a goal scorer. Because if you see us, we don't really score many goals in it. And that's one thing about Atletico when you're playing them, you got to take your chances. But obviously, we'll see in it. We'll see if Timo Werner can find his shooting boots or whoever, them ones there. So a game that's on tomorrow, Leipzig versus Liverpool. I don't know. Did you man see Klopp's press conference?
Yeah.
Now saying, he's not taking a break or anything like that, which I think is a bit overreactionary. But what's our thoughts on the tie? It's not in Germany, is it?
No, it's not in Germany.
Hungary, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you think that's going to affect the dynamics of the tie, Ore?
Yeah, I don't really think it's going to do much because obviously there are no fans, so there's just going to be almost playing in any other place. Yeah, although maybe there could be some key, thing, maybe playing in your home stadium, you just feel, but I don't think that really affects it too much. In terms of how the results would go, at this moment, it may seem unpopular, but I'm going to have to go with Liverpool at the end of the day because Leipzig in European competitions, yeah, they did well last season, but there were some games in which they conceded a lot of goals, and I just think that if Liverpool can just put some type of form together or type of play together, they would get goals against Leipzig, and eventually that would just kill them off. So yeah, I do see Liverpool getting through. In terms of how wide the gap would be, I don't think it will be that much. I think it will be a close tie. Nigel is looking like a very good, good coach, so he could also surprise me and pull off a result. But yeah, I'm going to have to go with Liverpool.
So what about you, Denzel? What's your thoughts on the game?
Originally I was gonna say Leipzig, but I'm thinking about it, and I think I might change it to Liverpool. Yeah, because I know we're out of the competition, United, but I was thinking of the time when we played them, and I think we put 4 past them.
5.
And 5 even. We put 5 past them. So there are going to be goals in the game. And with that front three, even though they're not firing like they used to, they're still pretty good. I think the front three can do damage. The only worry with Liverpool is their defense. Who are they going to play at the back? That's a genuine question that I'm asking you guys.
I'd advise them they 2 actual centre backs. So probably
Kabak
and maybe Phillips. Or yeah.
Nat Phillips.
And Phillips. Nat Phillips in the Champions League.
You sure about that?
Phillips Come
He
on.
stinks.
I think at the end of the day, you can sacrifice to some extent your defense. I know it sounds weird saying, but it's better to have your complete midfield, your complete attack, and know that you can actually get goals. But and so I don't know, yeah, to some extent, because Henderson in centre back position, I feel like Henderson is way more useful in what he does in the midfield. So yeah, I think they can risk playing Henderson in midfield, not centre back. It may be
That's my thing with it.
we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I feel like they have to outscore Leipzig. It's not gonna be like a cagey game, I don't think, because of their defense is so exposed. Leipzig are bound to score goals. They have to outscore Leipzig, in my opinion, because of Nat Phillips in the Champions League. Oh gosh,
Leipzig even like
it's ridiculous.
Goal scorers like that. I don't think they are like that.
Again, in the second game they played us, they were pretty clinical, I'd say. But they have off days. So if they turn up on an off day, then Liverpool, I see them getting a result. But they have to outscore Leipzig because of Leipzig will score, in my opinion.
And Leipzig's defense is the best in the Bundesliga as well. They've only conceded 18 goals, which is very good. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Because Leipzig's back three is very solid. Konate, Upamecano. Who else? Is it Klosterman?
Orban,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a solid back three.
They do Upamecano on the bench.
Upamecano on the bench.
It was just to rest him for the game, innit?
Oh, he was on the bench. Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Dan? What's your thoughts on the game?
I don't know. I think Liverpool have just been in horrible form, and it really depends what Liverpool shows up. Because if the Liverpool that played against Burnley, Brighton, and City show up, then I can't see them getting through. But if the Liverpool as we know it shows up, then I think they probably will win. But I think it's more dependent on if the front three score, because Mane's been in very bad form. Firmino, I mean, I think we all know Firmino, he's not going to score. And Salah, he's really been carrying the goal load this season for Liverpool, and they need to take their chances. So I think ultimately it comes down to what Liverpool shows up, and I want to give them the benefit of the doubt because for the past 2-3 seasons they've been quality, but recent form is. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to give it to Liverpool though, just because of I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but ultimately, as I said, it depends.
I remember Leipzig. They dismantled Tottenham last year. Leipzig can do it against anybody.
It's Tottenham, man. That doesn't mean nothing.
I hear that, man. I hear that. But yeah, Sarah, what's your thoughts on the dynamics of the game?
I think the individual battles are going to be very important. Like Leipzig, they don't have a set formation, do they? They play with very fast transitions. So even if they're in a 3-5-2, a 3-4-3, a 4-4-2 diamond, it doesn't really matter. Liverpool have been very good against German opposition, haven't they? So they've done well against Bayern. But I don't know. You guys are saying I think the front three needs to be on form. But if Salah doesn't score, the front three don't score. They don't score goals from anywhere else really. Particularly with no centre backs as well. I don't know if Fabinho's back for this game. I don't think he is. But you want Henderson in that midfield because the fast transitions that they play, they need to stamp some control in that game. Otherwise, it's just going to be back to front, turnovers everywhere. I think I don't know. I'm expecting a cagey first leg, but then the second leg could go a bit wild potentially. But I don't know. I might give it to Leipzig because I enjoy watching them play.
It's gonna be a tight game. I can't lie.
And they've won their last 4 games as well. So you never know.
So moving on to the next tie in Porto and Juventus. I think obviously Juventus are comfortable favourites for that game. But let's see how Porto are like in the group. I mean, they only lost 1 game, which was probably against City. I think they could cause Juventus problems. I remember, Juventus went out last year to Lyon. So, Juventus, because Juventus have been on good form recently, but they lost their last game against Napoli. I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as people want to make it seem, but I'll still say Juventus are the favourites for that game. But yeah, man. What about you, Dan? What's your thoughts on that game?
Juventus. I don't think anything more can be said. I don't give Porto a chance.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think I'd have to say Juventus. If I was going to pick a team I think could surprise in this round of 16, it'd probably be Porto Juventus. But I don't know. It's a tricky one for me. Because I just feel like Pirlo may just be a bit, questionable in that round of 16. I mean, it is first, and it's just sometimes the pressure could just build up and tactics could just be all wrong. But yeah, you still also have to think Juventus have, the players they have Ronaldo, and Champions League is where he thrives. So at the end of the day, I just feel like it's just going to be most likely a Ronaldo show. And yeah, it would just be too much for Porto to handle. So I'd go with Juventus.
Sarah?
Yeah, I think if there was going to be an upset, this is the tie. Porto did quite well against City, if I remember correctly. They defended quite well. Maregi had a few chances. They got my boy Felipe Anderson on loan, so you never know, he might make a rare appearance. But you'd expect, like, Juve could probably rotate quite a lot. I still think Pirlo's still finding his best system. He still doesn't know how, because he's played 4-4-2 sometimes. He's got a plethora of midfield options. But I'd expect Juve to pull through, and they have to be honest. I think they need to go for something else. I don't think they're going to win the league, so they have to.
Denzel, what's your thoughts on the game?
Juventus win, CR7 masterclass. That's what I'm expecting to see. I don't have much more to say.
Fanboy. But anyway, moving on. I mean, the game of the round, really. Barca and PSG. Obviously, Neymar's out as usual. But wait. Di Maria's out as well for the first leg, isn't he?
Is he?
Is he?
Yeah, I think Di Maria's out. I think Di Maria's out. Let me just double check that. I think Di Maria's out. I don't know if Verratti's gonna play. There's a chance he might play, but there's a chance he won't play.
He's been injured for like a year.
Yeah, Di Maria's out.
Di Maria's out. Verratti, he's not 100%, but I'm hearing he might play. And those are three world-class players there. But I know Barcelona are not the same Barcelona that they once were. I still think PSG are probably favourites, but either way wouldn't surprise me. In my opinion, because PSG, I mean, they only got to the final when Neymar was fit. All the other previous years, they didn't get. What was the furthest they got? I think it was quarterfinals, wasn't it?
Yeah, well,
before that, it was quarterfinals. Yeah.
Was it quarterfinals around the 16?
It was round of 16.
It was round of 16 because we knocked them out in the round of 16.
Yeah, there was a round of
16. Yeah. So
round of 16.
Yeah. Sorry.
And I don't know if we'll see about Mbappe and if he's gonna lead them, but I mean, without three world-class players, it might be a tough ask. But Barcelona themselves, they are picking up form slowly but surely. But that defense is a worry though, because hey, I was telling Dan about this. People are saying Umtiti's finished, and there's no confidence in Longley anyway. So it's going to be an interesting game. But yeah, Sarah, what's your thoughts on how this game could pan out?
This is a hard one to call. I watched a bit of Barcelona against, I think it was Alaves. Trincao played very well. Umtiti came on, I think. So, I mean, I don't know if Koeman really rates him that much, but I think if we're going off who should win, it should be PSG because, despite having players out, I think, this Barca, I mean, they go from 1 minute we're seeing Messi produce a masterclass, and then the next minute it's just turmoil and they lose against bottom place teams like Huesca and teams like that. But PSG themselves, they haven't been in great form, have they? Tough one to call. I think I'm going to give it to PSG just.
Denzel?
I'm gonna give it to PSG as well. I'm not really liking Barca's chances in the Champions League. They've lost their touch. Even we saw the Bayern fixture last year. I feel like there are gonna be a lot of goals in it. I feel like, but yeah, I feel like PSG have the better team and will progress. I feel like Mbappe will get a couple. But yeah, PSG.
Ore?
Yeah, I think I'll just have to go with PSG as well. Although, attacking wise, the players they're missing are they're very key. Although Icardi is looking, back to playing better this season. There's Mbappe, although as much as I love Mbappe, sometimes games like these he can be, questionable. He just gets burned out the game easily. But yeah, I guess we just have to see. Also, manager for manager, yeah, I think Pochettino should approach the game better than Koeman. But yeah, I mean, Barcelona do have, the best player in the world, so that can swing the game either way. But in terms of how Barcelona have been playing, the cup fixtures, how they're doing in all the cup competitions outside of, it's not looking very promising for them, and PSG on good form. So yeah, I just have to go with the PSG.
What about you, Dan? What's your thoughts on the game?
I'm not sure about this one because I'm not really confident in either side. I don't think either side have been anywhere near their best. So, I mean, PSG, they're not top of the French division, which for them is a massive underachievement. Barcelona have looked shabby this year. They've come back into form recently, but I still don't think they're the powerhouse that they once were. So this one's a tough one, but I think I'm just gonna have to give it to Barcelona because I think the loss of Neymar, you said Verratti. I think without them two players, they'll be quite poor because even though Icardi's been better this season, I still don't think he's capable of changing the game and carrying PSG like the way Neymar does. Even though they're completely different players. And similarly in the midfield, I think without Verratti, they are shambles. They are very poor. So I think I'm going to have to give it to Barcelona, but that's not because they've been good. I think it's just because PSG without them players and their form this year have been poor.
So the seventh tie, Sevilla versus Dortmund. I think Sevilla are favourites for that. At the start, I was saying it would be a 50-50, but that new guy that Dortmund hired, what's he called? The assistant or one of their coaching staff.
Edin Terzic.
Yeah. And a couple times I've seen Dortmund, their defense. I mean, the defense has always been an issue, but I don't know, man. They don't look like they're underneath it. But you never know in football. But I'm saying Sevilla are the favourites for that one. But yeah, Denzel, what's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think Sevilla are the favourites for this one. I feel like we saw what they did last year in the Europa League, and they have the experience. So, well, Champions League experience, maybe not, but they have experience in big games. So I feel like it's Sevilla's to lose.
Laurie?
Yeah. Dortmund's form has been awful. I think they were almost 20, possibly no, maybe 18 points of Bayern about that. So it's just their form is horrible. They haven't been playing well, and Sevilla have looked really really up to it. I mean they beat Barcelona in the first leg of the Cup in Spain, so they just really look like a side that would beat Dortmund. So yeah, just have to give it to Sevilla then.
Dan?
I think this is a interesting tie because I think Sevilla will probably be the dark horse of this year's tournament. I think they showed that they're a very disciplined side, very well structured. Obviously, they've added Papu Gomez from Atalanta, who's a quality player, and Dortmund this year, as we've said, even though they do have good players, they've been poor, very poor. So I'd be interested to see how well Sevilla do in this competition. And I think if they get past Dortmund, which I'm expecting them to do, in the next round, depending on who they get, they could be the dark horses of this year's tournament and be one to keep an eye on, in my opinion.
What about you, Sarah? What's your thoughts?
Or I don't know. I think Dortmund's form has been abysmal, to be honest. Quite frankly, like if it's a game to get their season back on track, this is the one as well. Maybe they should just focus on, because they might even be struggling to get into the top four as well. Like Leverkusen and Gladbach, these teams, they could get there. So they might have to go all out and try and get as far as possible in the Champions League. Do we think they're going to do that? Probably not. As like you guys said, like Sevilla beat Barcelona, so they've got a bit of confidence in playing in a big game recently. If Lucas Ocampos does his thing, Papu Gomez links up with him, Luke de Jong scores a header, you never know. But obviously, Haaland's on form. Regardless of what happens with Dortmund, Haaland's always on form. So I'll give it to Sevilla, but it'll be a close game.
And the final one, Atalanta v Real Madrid. One key thing we need to remember, I think Ramos is out. And we know Ramos, he's the godfather of that defense. As soon as he comes out, they look a bit shaky, look a bit suspect. But one thing about Real Madrid, they don't always score when they need to, but I think because of their CL credentials, I'd say they're the favourites. But Atalanta's attack is going to cause them some issues, in my opinion. Because we saw them even in the group stages, Real Madrid are looking a bit shaky, and there was a point where people were saying, yo, they could drop out the Champions League. So Real Madrid are definitely the favourites, but they have to be careful, in my opinion. It's one of them ones where, where you're the favourites, but you just got to be careful. You get what I'm saying? That's how I see it with Real Madrid. But yeah, how are you seeing it, Ori?
Yeah, I have to say Real Madrid as well. But yeah, I do think it will be a tight game because, Real Madrid can be, questionable times in terms of how they play. Atalanta haven't been the same, like they were last season. They haven't been as good, but they still look like a side that can cause Real Madrid problems. So I guess we just have to see how that game goes, but I'll give it to Real Madrid.
Dan?
Yeah, I agree with Ori. I think Real Madrid they just have enough quality to get through. Even though Atalanta are a good team, I still think that, as with Liverpool, you have to give them the benefit of the doubt based on their Champions League credentials and based on even if Ramos is out, they still have a lot of quality players in that squad. So I think I will give Real Madrid the nod for this one.
Denzel?
Yeah, I have to go with Real Madrid as well, or UEFA Madrid, whatever you want to call them. I feel like something's going to happen in the game. They'll get like a VAR call or something like that. I feel like they'll get help from the refs and the fourth officials, but they'll make it through. I feel like Atalanta, they might play better than them, I see Atalanta playing better than Real Madrid in this fixture, but Real Madrid will somehow scrape a win or something like that. But yeah, Real Madrid.
Sarab, what's your thoughts?
I mean, their over-reliance on Benzema says it all. And like even Ramos as well. Like wasn't Ramos, I think he's got like 13 goals last year or something ridiculous. Yeah. But in saying that, Atalanta's like goal scoring form isn't like what it was last year or the year before. So yeah, and there's always something that goes on in a Real Madrid game. Some dodgy decision has to happen. I think Zidane's tactics have been a bit weird as well. Like I think the fullback thing as well. He keeps changing like some weird stuff. I remember before when Vasquez was playing there, but he's still doing some weird stuff. He played 3 at the back as well the other day. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but Cruz put on a good performance the other day as well. So I mean, they've got the match winners in that team. Atalanta have lost their best creator in Papu Gomez as well. So I don't know. I think Real Madrid can't afford to have 2 years of going out the competition really early. So yeah, I'll give it to Real Madrid.
Mm. Before we end off, score predictions. So we're gonna go through each of these ties. We're gonna give a score prediction, and obviously when the round is finished, we'll come back, see who got the most right, and blah blah blah. So let's start with Mönchengladbach v Man City. So Dan, what are you saying the score is gonna be for that?
Wait, are we doing the total, like first and second leg?
Yeah, let's do the
Just do an
total.
aggregate.
Yeah, do the aggregate.
Aggregate, yeah.
I think City will beat them 4-1 on aggregate.
Okay, 4-1. Sarah, what's your score for Gladbach?
3-0.
3-0.
City.
Okay. Ori?
Probably 3-0 as well.
3-0. Okay. Denzel?
6-2.
Oof.
6-2.
Yeah, on aggregate. Yeah.
I'll say 3-1 to City. Lazio Bayern. Dan?
5-0.
Fucking hell, mate. Fucking hell.
Yeah, Italian teams, man. When I tell you, like,
I mean, if they win 3-0 and 2-0, that makes sense, yeah. Sarah?
4-2 Bayern.
Okay. 4-2. Yeah. Ori?
4-3 Bayern.
Okay. Denzel?
I'm gonna say 5-1.
Okay, I'm gonna say 4-2. Atletico Chelsea, Atletico Madrid. Dan?
I think it'll be 2-2. Chelsea on away goals.
2-2. Sarab?
2-1 Atletico.
Ori?
2-2. Atletico win on away goals.
Denzel?
I can't lie, I agree. Yeah, 2-2 away goals.
2-2. Me? 7-5.
What?
I'm playing. But
I was about to say.
You know what, yeah? 4-3.
I don't think there'll be that many goals in it, to be honest.
I mean, giving up 2 in one leg and 1 in another is...
I wouldn't be surprised. I'll be Liverpool. What are you saying? Dan?
I think Liverpool 3-1 on aggregate.
Sarah?
4-3 Liverpool.
Okay. Ori?
5-3 Liverpool.
Denzel?
I'm gonna say 3-3 Liverpool on away goals.
I'll say. I see the first leg. 3-2 to Liverpool. Porto v Juventus, Dan?
6-1 Juventus.
Fuck.
I mean, a 3-1 and a 3-0 is not that ludicrous to think about.
6-1. No ratings. Ori? Ori.
4-2 Juve.
Okay. Sarah?
1-1 Juve will win.
So they go for on away goals.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that. Denzel?
I was gonna say 4-2, but I'll go with 5-2. for Juve.
Okay. I don't know. It came into my head 4-1, but I don't know if I agree with that one. I'll say 3-0. Sevilla versus Dortmund. Dan?
You missed one, bro.
Yeah, you missed
Biggest
one.
one.
Yeah, I'll do that last.
Oh, okay.
I'll do that last.
Sevilla, Dortmund. 4-3 Sevilla.
Sarab?
4-3 Sevilla.
Ore?
3-1 Sevilla.
Okay. Denzel?
4-1 Sevilla.
4-2 Sevilla. Atalanta versus Real. Dan?
I think 3-1 Real Madrid.
Sarah?
5-1 Atalanta.
Excuse me?
Yep, I said it. I'm
Wait,
going back on what I
say
said.
that again.
5-1
Say that again?
Atalanta.
Interesting.
Okay.
Wait, the way they perform in that group,
Wait, you think they're putting 5 past Real Madrid?
I mean, there's 2 legs. There's 2
That's
legs.
No, let's not laugh because if he gets it right,
5 past.
There's
You might as well
2
put money on that because that's a bit mad. 5 goals past.
Might as well. Ore, what's your thoughts? What's the score?
3-1 to Real Madrid.
Okay. Denzel?
3-2 Madrid.
Okay. You know what? There will be a shock in this in this year. There will be one shock in this game.
Yeah, but there always is, yeah.
2-0
yeah, but it
Atalanta.
doesn't have to be this round.
2-0 Atalanta. 2-0 Atalanta. PSG v Barca. Dan?
I think this game, it always brings excitement. So I'm going to go 4-4 Barca on away goals.
Sarah?
Both defenses are a bit leaky, so 3-3 PSG to go through on away goals.
Ore?
Same as Sarah.
Denzel?
I'm gonna go 6-4 to PSG.
Yeah, I'll just go with the 4-4. Even though it might turn out to be a drab game, but I wouldn't be surprised. But
4-4, who goes through?
who would go through? Neymar might be back for the second leg, innit?
Yeah, probably.
House football, yeah, probably.
Yeah, PSG then. PSG. Moving on to the loser competition, Europa League. Obviously, you two losers.
Wait. When you were celebrating when you won Europa League, so I'm not trying to hear it.
Yeah.
Did I?
Only the good clubs in Europa League. Let's be real.
All right, losers.
No one cares about
that's where you're gonna be next year, so you better get accustomed to it, innit?
Let's see. United v Sociedad, innit? Where's the first leg at?
I think Centurion.
Yeah, Centurion.
What's our thoughts on the game? And let's give a score prediction. So Denzel, I want to know what your thoughts on the game is.
I'm gonna be so honest. This is Europa League, so I actually don't care. But score predictions, I think it's gonna be tight. Sociedad are a good team. 4-3 United on aggregate. But I think there's a possibility that we could get knocked out. So I'm not writing that off.
All right, what's your score prediction and your thoughts on the United versus Sociedad game?
Sociedad win, probably by maybe 4-2 or something like that.
4-2, you know. No faith in United. Why is that?
So they just have some quality players up there. Oyarzabal and Isaac are just, some quality players. So I just United are not just going to be able to handle them, especially with that defense. It's going to be, we'll see, I guess.
Sarah.
Across the two legs, 3-1 Sociedad. I think they've slowed down a bit in the last couple of weeks, but like Ore said, Isaac, Oyarzabal, target for Man United maybe. Moreno in midfield. They got a good team, solid team, charging for top 4.
Wait, why is everyone writing us off like this? I don't like this. What's going on?
You want to focus on the league, don't you?
Yeah, but league is gone. The league is gone. I think all
He was
focusing
never
now
there to start with, man.
is qualification of
It
Champions
was never
League.
there to start with.
Same Chelsea fan. You were in a title race a couple months ago. Now you're excited because you're 4 points behind us. We'll talk about that.
Let's see at the end of the season. You know them ones there. Yeah, Dan, what's your thoughts on the game?
I think before I give my thoughts, I have to say United fans will say, we don't care about Europa League. But at the end of the season, if they don't win anything and they come third, they'll be saying, why didn't we win Europa League? So
I don't care about Europa League.
We'll see about
Obviously,
that.
a trophy is a trophy. I'm
see.
still going to be shameless if we win it. I'll be absolutely shameless if we win it. But if we don't...
But one thing I would say is when you're speaking about this tie, there's only one thing that comes to mind, and that's football heritage. Where did that statement come from? Jose Mourinho discussing United against Spanish teams in Europe. What is this tie? It's United against a Spanish team. So I think Real Sociedad will probably look at United. I'm going 3-1.
3-1. Okay. I got 2-1 in my head, but I don't know which way. I can see United doing on away day where they just do a masterclass, or I can see, you know what, United could win away and lose at home. I could see that.
That's probably the most likely outcome, to be honest.
I can see that, you know.
We're going to see a lot of fresh legs, I think, in this tie. We're going to see a lot of new faces. I feel like this is a chance for him to play the youth.
And
possibly give Diallo, God forbid, possibly give Diallo a debut. We could see a couple players make the debuts. I feel like if he introduces some fresh legs, then we should go through. Because we need like new energy in the club. I don't think we should be seeing Maguire, Lindelof. That shouldn't be happening.
You're okay with finishing third and no trophies?
I don't want to finish. No, I'm not okay with that.
You're not okay.
So why are you writing off Europa League?
I'm not okay with that.
Top 2.
Yes, I want top 2. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think third is just we've stayed stagnant. Third, I'm not happy with. Unless we've closed the gap, like the points deficit, I'm not happy with third. I want second at least.
Mm-hmm. Is Pogba going to be back for the game?
No, not the first leg.
He'll be back for the second though.
I don't even know if he'll be back for the second leg, to be honest.
I don't know, man.
He'll play Rashford,
but I don't.
Bruno and Maguire. He plays them every game, so then 3 will start both games. And play 9 minutes. I'm
not even sure if he was going to play Pogba. In fact, he probably would have played Pogba, but now it gives Van de Beek an opportunity. I don't really rate Van de Beek too tough. I'll be real.
I feel like he probably would go with a fairly strong squad. Maybe
he'll go with McFred.
Yeah.
Maybe
he'll
just
go with McFred. Yeah.
Definitely, man.
I feel like at least maybe 6-7 of the regular side, probably.
Yeah. He'll start maybe Henderson and goal though. He'll start Tellers. He'll start Henderson as well. I don't think De Gea will start.
Probably Greenwood up front, or I don't know.
I don't think he won't do that. He won't do that.
Varney,
he'll do Martial. He'll do Martial. He won't do
Martial, Rashford, Greenwood, probably.
Yeah, most likely. And then probably Diallo off the bench.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, but isn't that a near first team though? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like for instance, I don't think he'll play Shaw. I think Tellers will play.
Yeah, it'll probably be Tellers over Shaw.
So only really Shaw and Cavani is the only players that's being dropped.
Cavani
and De Gea
and probably Bruno.
Yeah, and
I don't think Bruno will be dropped.
I think Bruno's gonna play. I think he'll probably rotate the back line. I think Bailly probably starts ahead of Lindelof, not because if he rates Bailly more than Lindelof, just because it's Europa League and he wants to rotate the squad. He should be playing that team in the Prem, but he should be playing that defense in the Prem, but I don't know.
So I'll say 2-1 United, but we'll see, man. Second game, Arsenal v Benfica. I think Benfica like third or fourth in Liga. I forgot how do you say it again? Liga Nos.
Liga Nos.
Yeah. How do I see this one going? Arsenal obviously in high confidence, very good game against Leeds. It's going to be interesting to see how Arteta does in Europe, especially. See, this is why this one's quite tough because we don't really have anything to base on what Arteta is capable of in Europe, innit?
He was there. Was he not there last season?
He lost to Olympiacos, innit? I think
exactly. So we have something. We have something. Well, fair enough. In fact, that'll be a bit harsh on him. That'll be harsh on him.
Yeah, Olympiacos is
only quite early in his career stage.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I don't really talk too much on it, but even though he obviously could have, done a bit better. The first leg, I think, was a bit, but yeah. In terms of how the game would go, yeah, I don't know. I'm expecting us to win, obviously, but you can never really tell with Arsenal.
What's the score you're expecting?
2-1 to us.
Wait, for the Sociedad game, Sarah, did you say United will win or they'll lose?
I said 3-1 Sociedad, I think.
3-1 Sociedad. And Ori, you said Sociedad will win it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let me just double check. So, Dan, what's your score predictions for the Arsenal game?
I think Arsenal will go through. I'm going to be confident, which is probably not a good idea, and say 3-1 Arsenal. And the only reason I'm saying that is because obviously we don't really have sample size for Arteta in Europe, but we do have him in a cup competition, which is last year's FA Cup. And I think he handled that quite well. Obviously, he went out this year's FA Cup, so there's definitely room for failure. But I think Benfica have been in bad form recently. They're 10 points off the top in Portuguese league, so I'm expecting us to go and do the business.
Sarah?
I don't really care, but I think one of the games is gonna be. I think one of the legs will be really bad in terms of quality. So I'm just gonna say 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal. And Denzel, what's your prediction?
I'm gonna go 4-3 Benfica.
Okay. I knew he was gonna do something like that. I'll say 4-2 Arsenal.
He's in his feels from the United one.
I'm not even in my feels. You know what? I just feel like it's an Arsenal thing to do.
That was close to home.
Like you have a good first leg, and then you completely capitulate in the second leg. I could be wrong. I can see that as well. But we've seen it happen.
If it was a one-legged tie, I'll be more confident. But the home and away thing is a bit Arsenal. I don't really trust.
Well, we're playing in Rome though for both of them.
Yeah, true.
For both of them.
I think so.
Okay,
I think is it for both of the first? I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it is because I know we can't go to Portugal.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's same with United.
Can Benfica come to England?
I think
no, because they both need to be played on neutral ground if one of them is, because obviously that's unfair for one team.
Wait, so would the United one be both?
Yeah, both are in Turin. Both are in Turin.
Oh.
No,
I thought it was just. I think it's just
one leg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I think it's just the one leg. Yeah.
I know it is a bit unfair, but then yeah, I think they're doing it.
They're the same with the Champions League as well.
But they're no fans anyway, so.
It's in Athens apparently.
Oh yeah, one's in Athens and one's in Roma apparently.
So yeah, I mean this year is a funny year, isn't it?
Yeah, Roma and Athens. Yeah.
Let me check the other ones because I don't really care about Tottenham or Leicester, but they are English sides, so we have to.
Let's go through them. Yeah.
Let's look at.
Tottenham will smash them.
Come on, look at this one.
Wait, who they playing?
Wolfsburg.
Who are they playing?
Wolfsburg.
They're playing the pound on Wolfsburg.
Hey, what is that?
Tottenham are
If
winning.
Spurs don't put 7 past them, then that's
Exactly.
symbolic.
Vinicius hat trick. If it doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, that should be easy dub. Easy dub.
Vinicius
But
hat-trick and
it's
celebrate.
Tottenham. It's in the history.
Yeah.
It's in the history of the Tottenham to.
Nah, they'll go through.
The
They'll
ball-
go through.
No,
They'll
not
go
to
through.
these guys. Not to these guys. Not
Yeah.
to
You
these
never
guys.
know. But
And
yeah,
it's
they should win
Jose.
that.
Jose will bring this competition home for them. I'm telling you now. He'll bring it
Yeah.
home for them.
We go to
We'll
Austria
see,
and
we'll
park the
see.
bus, innit?
No, he'll win the competition. Trust me.
Hey, let's say
Yeah.
that's Slavia Prague. They're a decent
Maybe.
side.
Leicester should
West
be-
Ham's
let's-
feeder club.
Hmm?
They're West Ham's feeder club now, so I'm
Yeah,
back
yeah.
them.
You got one Thomas Suchek and you say
No,
there's a
two.
feeder club.
Two.
Yeah,
They got
Sufal.
Fafal.
Sufal.
Who else did you get?
Sufal.
I was Sufal. I thought it was Kofal, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Oh, Rangers got
backing
Antwerp.
Sufal.
Antwerp. Obviously, we got to respect the British sides, innit?
Rangers.
No one cares about Rangers, man.
The
Rangers
Lille
should be
Ajax
decent.
tie might be decent.
Oh yeah, that's
Because
probably the best.
Because Lille are top, I think.
Yeah.
You know what's
Lille.
crazy? Inter Milan haven't even touched Europa. They just went straight out of both.
Yeah,
that's
man.
what
That
they
is
have to win Serie A.
insane.
Like,
A couple
That's
teams
Conte,
that
though.
you man got to look out for: Roma,
Yeah.
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen,
Not worried about
Milan,
Leverkusen.
You're not worried
Milan
about
as
them.
well.
Nah, not worried about Leverkusen.
You should be careful about them. Don't disrespect Leverkusen like that, man. They're
Napoli
actually a good
as well.
side.
They're not winning it. They're not winning it.
Yeah,
You
They're
know
not
what?
winning.
Leverkusen
They're
are
not
basically like
winning.
Tottenham because their nickname is Neverkusen because they always lose all their finals, innit? So you never know. You never know with
Some
them.
respect on Leverkusen's name. Don't compare them to Spurs.
No, they're actually quite bad, man.
They're not
They had the
touching.
chance to win the
Napoli.
treble. They had the chance to win the treble and they lost. Lost
Look
all of them.
Spurs don't even have chances to win the treble. They're not that good.
Are we not playing
Yeah, but
Napoli there?
do you know what it is?
Napoli,
Yeah, Napoli's there. And
Italian
Napoli are
teams.
cold.
Italian teams. Yeah, I don't know. It might be a agenda, but even when Arsenal are horrific, in the Europa League, every time we come up against an Italian team, we sweep them aside relatively easy. Like I think AC Milan, when we played them, they just won 13 games in a row in Serie A, and then next year we played Napoli, who were meant to be the all-conquering side that wins the title. I think they were top of the league at the time, and we beat them relatively easily as well.
I hear that, man.
We'll see how
Europe's
they
a funny
do.
place, man. Europe's a funny place. It's like sometimes
Anything
the
can
form
happen.
goes out the window. It's all about the know-how, innit? But yeah, final segment as usual. The Wellers and the Stars of the week. Any nominees?
I'm gonna give it to Trincao.
Trincao. Hey, Peach was cold though. Peach was cold.
Yeah, good to see him getting game time.
I
Finally,
like that, brother. He's cold, man. He's cold.
dynamic. Does the hard yards, helps out Frankie de Jong. Good to see.
Yeah. You know what? In fairness, for once, yeah, I'm gonna give it to an Arsenal player. I'm gonna give it to Saka because, that guy. Nah, he's a certified baller, man. He's a certified.
Wait, I thought you were talking about Wallard of the week.
No, Stars of the week.
No, Stars.
I was about to say.
You can do both,
What?
You can do both together if you want, but yeah, I'm gonna give it to Saka because he's a cold talent, and he did one crazy dribble where he went past like 3-4 men, innit?
Yeah.
I love my dribblers, innit? So I gotta give it to him.
I've got one. I've got obviously Gundogan. That's my star.
Shout him out.
Yeah, and then my Wallard of the week is Lindelof. He got absolutely manhandled in that game against West Brom. So yeah.
He could have had a hat trick, at Dyer. What was his name?
Yeah.
And Baye. Yeah.
No, it's Diang.
Yeah.
I think
he bullied them.
Yeah, what's yours then? Who's yours then?
For star of the week, for me, it's Emi Martinez. If you saw the game Brighton versus Villa,
he
kept them in that game. He kept them in that game. So I think Emi Martinez for me has to be star of the week. And Wellard of the week, it has to be Davinson Sanchez. How can you get face planted like that? Oh my word!
That was filthy. That was filthy. Oh my
Messi going to
the way he dropped.
It's because the way he face planted as well.
Phil Jones-esque.
He's going down in history as a knucklehead just for that mistake alone.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that, man. Disrespectful.
And Lloris as well. We need to mention Lloris. Lloris has been shocking for a minute now.
He has been.
He's 34, man. He's on the decline. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no.
Been there for 9 years.
Yes. Because he was one of Spurs' most consistent players for a long while. But now that they can't really rely on him, especially when they're playing that Brexit anti-football, terrorism football, and he's facing more shots a game, it's showing more, I think.
Yeah. Wait, Ari, do you have any nominees that you want to support?
Start of the week probably has for me has to be Aubameyang. For a hat trick. So it's quite good for his confidence as well because he was off form for quite a while. So yeah, I think he got before that game. Newcastle was at home. He got 2 goals as well. So let's just hope that he's back to scoring goals again because that would be such a huge boost for us, moving forward. So yeah, I'd give it to him.
I heard it, man. Quick shout out to Lukaku, 300 career goals. Cold, better than Martial, but we moving it.
Yeah.
Them ones there. But
it's clear, man. It's not even
close. Them ones there, man. But yeah,
he is obviously.
He is, man. But yeah, man, that's another episode. That's another week, man. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe as usual. Follow the socials. Twitter's coming soon. Instagram. Obviously subscribe, bell notification so you can get all the latest content when it comes out. But
video just came out.
Yeah, them ones. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, just keep supporting people. But yeah, man, stay blessed. See you next week.